Hey Libra! My lucky Libras. How are you guys doing? How's this November been for you guys? Like right after your birthday season. It's been a lot though, right? But it's in your second house of money. That's where Jupiter is too, so like, hallelujah to that. Like, yes please. For the next 13 months, your money house is lit up. So exciting. I have Selection Radio playing in the background. If you're interested, I put the link below. Shout out to Joe K and the Selection family. Okay. Wow, are all of these coming out? Okay, so I'm going to turn off the music so we can focus. You can hear me. Okay. Oh, there's two. Wow. Dope. Cool. Creative project comes out, followed by play. This is exciting. You guys have had, my dad and my sister are Libras. It's been a lot for like Libras the last few years. But you guys just had Jupiter in your sign. And in some ways I think it was challenging for you guys. But because there was you were dealing with a lot. Maybe with your money or relationships, like one thing is on, something's off, like you just trying to find balance and, you know, the right people around you, you know, had to reevaluate that kind of stuff. I mean, it's just everything under the sun, right? So I'm really excited to see Creative Project come out. It says, your card. Okay. I've been clearly doing a lot of readings today. Your soul longs to express itself in creative ways. We're guiding you to infuse artistry and creativity into your life. Creative expression makes you feel alive and excited and reignites passion toward your life. And you guys are super creative beings. Please ignore my terrible gel manicure that's peeling off and my tie-dyed cuticles. Please ignore them. Please enjoy the lovely card here. You guys are super creative beings, children of Venus. Like, you guys eat, sleep, breathe, ooze creativity. Like, it's amazing. And it says play, and I think this definitely goes hand in hand with the creative project. I mean, because in order to be creative, you have to kind of play and let yourself go and wander into other territory and let your hair down. Beloved one, it's time to set aside work for a while. Don't worry. We will oversee your responsibilities to their completion. Playfulness, gaiety, and laughter will lift your energy so that you return to work with a renewed perspective and heightened energy. Absolutely. And when you play and relax and let your hair down, that flows right into your creativity, especially if you're already in a creative field and maybe you're like experiencing some blockages creatively, or just at work, maybe you feel stifled or you don't feel fulfilled, or, you know, if you're a writer, maybe you have writer's block, or, you know, whatever it is. Sometimes we need to just get out there and just fucking play around and act like children and go frolic around in the grass somewhere and roll around in the sunshine and just, or whatever, however you play and enjoy yourself, whether it be with your friends or by yourself, or, you know, get out there and just enjoy yourself and breathe and let your hair down. I think a lot of my Librans have been, working through some things, and maybe it's been very serious and you've had to like knuckle down and felt overburdened by responsibility, or, you know, things weren't really working out and you felt an overwhelming sense of responsibility to, you know, right the ship and keep balance in your life and with your family or with your partner or at work, and you've been feeling like you've been doing the juggling act and you've had to, like, you know, and it's been hard that way, and you haven't had any time to just play around and enjoy being creative or enjoy doing some of the things that you love to do. Okay. So opportunity to forgive comes up. That's interesting. along with giving and receiving. So I think when I said partnership, this kind of like opportunity to forgive. This situation brings you the opportunity to heal, grow, and release negative patterns. Hold the intention of seeing the other person's inner divine light and goodness. We will help you release unforgiving thoughts, feelings, and energies, and lift you to a higher place of peace and compassion. So maybe that's even forgiving yourself. Maybe you haven't been giving yourself a break. I mean, and even maybe this is just partnerships or relationships in your life where you feel like maybe they haven't been helping you. Maybe you've been going out and trying to start a new job or create a project, or, you know, maybe you're just getting into your creative endeavor and maybe somebody wasn't always supportive of what you were doing and, you know, wasn't helpful, and you had to deal with that shit before you could even try to work on being creative and creating this other avenue or way of being in the world for yourself. And maybe there was people that were giving you a hard time, and maybe you were, you know, and maybe now there's a little bit of resentment or some things maybe you need to release from that was kind of maybe keeping you stuck, or maybe making you feel resentful or negative about where you were at and what the things that you were doing. Because then giving and receiving comes up. And maybe you were giving a lot to somebody and they just weren't appreciative of it. And, you know, and maybe now there's some forgiveness and healing that needs to happen so that way you can enjoy yourself and do all these other things. You know, sometimes our emotional blockages can really keep us from manifesting everything that we're trying to do and be in the world. Because giving, like I said, giving and receiving comes up. It says, the entire universe operates in cycles, similar to your inhalations and exhalations. When you only exhale, give, or only inhale, receive, you become out of rhythm with the universe. For optimal health, energy, and replenishment, balance each inhalation in your life with an exhalation. So, and maybe too you were stuck in a situation and you were just really brooding about it. I know, for instance, like, you know, my dad was trying to find another job, and it was really, really taxing and hard, and it's been a process. And I think he was just really disgruntled about what was going on and people around not necessarily being as supportive as they could. And now that things have started to open up and opportunities are flooding in, it's like, okay, well, now that that's moving forward, I think some of the grudges and negative energy that we had while we were stuck in that holding pattern probably need to be released now, so that way we can enjoy everything that's now rolling in our favor and things trickling into our experience and giving and receiving, and still, you know, holding that balance within ourselves. Because I know as Libras, you guys, you know, when you're in a partnership and you try to be there as much as you can for people, and you want them to do the same. And so maybe too you weren't feeling supportive in a dynamic, and now that you're coming out of it and you can kind of see both sides, I mean, you know, maybe it's like, okay, I get it now, and I'm learning to balance myself. And maybe it's balancing play with your work and creative endeavors, to be disciplined, to sit down and do it and be like, okay, hey, I've been playing enough, you know, I need to have some balance in a situation so that I can accomplish all that it is that I want to accomplish. Yeah. Trying to think. Let's see if there's any other guidance from our archangels about this, because I feel like there's two different sides to this. It's very Libran, right? Two sides to the scale. Like I see, like, you know, in one instance, because you guys are very good at putting stuff out of your mind and then focusing on what you want. And, like, you know, you don't always let your emotional stuff get in the way of what you're doing out in the 3D world or how you operate. I mean, you guys can be lighthearted and slap on a smile and get out there and do what you got to do, despite the fact that maybe you might be having some troubles or imbalance in your relationships, or even within yourself. This could be inner turmoil. Maybe you've been beating yourself up about certain things. And now that some of you're coming into calmer waters, you can kind of now step back and have some perspective and be like, okay, I'm seeing how I can balance this better, balance that better, where I was giving here and not giving there, where I was taking and not giving, or, you know, people were taking, and they weren't giving from you, and just finding the balance within that. And I can definitely see it's like your work and relationship balance dynamic is definitely something that is, because I think in your emotional life with some of your relationships, maybe there's some work there, or there's some healing or pain that was there and healing that needs to happen now. But it seems like with your creative endeavors and your work, like that's really starting to take off. Your money's going to start picking up, like I said, with Jupiter being in your second house of money and income, of the money that we earn, you know, from your creative projects, endeavors, or work, or whatever you're doing, and having fun with that and really enjoying that. Definitely. Let's see if there's archangels. Can you give us a card of anything else to tell our lucky Libras? I say lucky Libras from, like, Lil Wayne. I remember saying it in Hella Raps. He'd be like, I'm a lucky Libra. Sorry. It sticks out. Now I'm like, lucky Libra! Okay. Sensitivity popped up and moon cycles. Oh, wow. So that's really interesting because it is a very sensitive time with it being in Scorpio. And I know for a lot of people, like, it's intense. And people are, and I think too, as a Scorpio, I can talk about these things probably very lightly because I'm in an energy where I'm comfortable with this type of intensity. And this is the kind of stuff that we like prepare for. Like Scorpios are like, you know, we've lived for these very intense moments. So for us, we're just like a fish in water. We're just like, what? Yeah, feels great to me. I mean, I live here all the time, you know. So anyway, so I do acknowledge that this is a very sensitive time, and moon cycles comes up. So this lets me know, this kind of points to, we had a Taurus full moon on the 4th, which would have been in your, what house? I'm sorry, there's a dog barking. Sorry, it's really annoying. So this is your second house of money. 6th house of work. Okay, so that makes sense. So, yeah, so I think there's just a change in your work situation and then your money situation because we have a new moon, because moon cycles comes up. We have a new moon on the 26th, I believe, of November. It's a new moon in Scorpio, again, which is in your money house. So there's new beginnings, shedding old skin, new opportunities, a new cycle is coming up, and I definitely feel like you're going to be able to get over and get this healing from this relationship situation or whatever grievances maybe that you had or things that are heavy on your heart that might be coming up. There's definitely release of that in addition to opening new doors for these other creative endeavors and projects and play and excitement around that, like definitely coming in. Because Haniel comes up twice. That's her. In both cards. So there might be some sensitivity around this. There definitely might be some sensitivity because I think this is big. And whenever it's a sensitive thing for us, it's usually the greatest areas where we're going to expand and grow because it's something we have to really look at with some sensitivity and some discernment to go, okay, what the fuck's going on here? And to give yourself some time and be gentle because there might be a lot of stuff going on and moving and shaking, especially this Scorpio season coming out of your birthday season. I'm sure there was many revelations then because Jupiter went into Scorpio in October during Libra season. So this is a sensitive time for you guys, but it's also a very beautiful time. Like I feel like the worst is over for you guys and it's getting lighter and lighter and lighter for you as you go, which is super positive and beautiful energy. So I am going to leave it there. I hope this is helpful to you guys. All of my information is below. I'll be back next week for another weekly reading and other readings to come as I go forward. But again, love and light, Libra. Love you guys so much. See you again. Bye.